pick after... No, another ban that would be the hero that they wanted in the first place. I guess I'm already considering that this Pugna is going to be mid, but maybe this is actually an offlane Pugna. And they could pick a mid hero that also handles Shadow Fiend. They're going to take the Magnus out nonetheless. And now they're going to pick a Rubik. Well, does handle the Clockwork relatively well. We can actually take him out of the cogs, but Rubik is a pretty slow hero. And before you have like boots or something, and even when you have boots, the Clockwork is always going to be faster than you, so you need to be careful. That level 1 telekinesis a lot of the times might not be enough to stop the advance from the Clockwork in that laning stage. So Aken now, they do need that offlaner we're talking about. I wonder which one they are going to pick. The StarLadder. I wouldn't mind the StarLadder actually. Very good versus Lifestealer. We'll be able to give them more Roche potential while dealing with that Warcry and the Greaves that I think Shadow Fiend might go for. I actually think that this is probably the better option. Utkarshgakt. Thank you very much. What's a Bowie fanboy? Wow. There you have it. Huh. I remember that there was this guy called Bowie's a disaster. So no, well, they will get the Tidehunter. I think the StarLadder was probably the better choice, but they will go if the Tidehunter can build some durable items. Maybe lane's a little better versus the Lifestealer. But yeah, guys, this is game 1 between Aken and Gambit Esports, and hopefully we're gonna have a pretty good game. I'm your caster Bowie, and what do you guys think? Who has the advantage here? So, in terms of lanes, I actually think Pugna does pretty well here. I wonder if the Shadow Fiend even considers learning Raise a level 1 to be able to get CS, because the Decrepify might be super annoying for him to handle. In this offlane here, Puck, as long as he holds onto that orb, I don't think he is going to die versus that Juggernaut Grimstroke lane. And then we're going to have the Lifestealer versus, I guess, the Titan and the Clockwork. They are pretty bulky. They don't really have the damage. Like, even if it's Lifestealer Sven or Lifestealer Rubik, I don't think they can kill the heroes on the side of Aken. So this offlane from them is going to be a wash, I think. I think they're going to farm uncontested. And that kind of worries me a little bit, because I think the Clockwork can just eat the Rubik. The Sven is a little more durable. He has that Warcry. And the Clockwork will have, like, now... You can actually remove the Warcry if you deal enough physical damage to break the Warcry. But I don't think the Clockwork is going to be able to do that. You know you've made it when people start incorporating your Twitch handle in their usernames? Thank you. But I don't think I've made it just yet. I think there's a long way to go. Anyways, let's get going with the Dota 2 right here. We see a lot of tips on Eskren. Oh, boy. Now that is some love right here. Our boy Grimstroke getting the T. Okay. Let's get going here. Whoever loses here is not out of the tournament, but is definitely with their backs against the wall. We're gonna see a Darak actually barely finding Queppe here in the high ground. He's gonna join the Roshan, but just dancing a little bit. Just playing around. But looks like he's not going to be in any danger, at least for now. You show the Shadow Fiend items. Oh, sure. The Shadow Fiend has this. And I guess the Clockwork. You know what? Like, this Clockwork pick is actually way better than I first anticipated. Because not only it works very well with the Grimstroke, not only it is a counter to the Shadow Fiend, but you also pick the Clockwork so that the enemy team cannot start with those cogs, giving the Shadow Fiend 24 extra damage level 1. So that Clockwork is also a deny pick to something that Gambit could go for, since they only had a support to begin with on that Sven. They open up with the Sven Shadow Fiend, and that gave the chance for Aken to get the Clockwork as a third pick, denying that from Gambit. We're not entirely sure if they wanted it, but you know, it's always nice to have 24 extra damage at level 1. At least I've heard. That is pretty good. So for now, we do see a tri-lane here on the side of Gambit. They have FNG, our boy Ode, and Immersion. No, Immersion does TP top, so this will be a Lifestealer plus Rubik lane. But our boy Quappe here has 312 move speed. Oh, okay. I do like that Rubik did start with boots. I think this lane is lost if he doesn't start with boots, which means that Quepe will struggle a little bit to get on top of him. But as I think with Battery Assault, you might have enough move speed to chase him down. But he learns the cogs anyway, so let's see how impactful this is going to be. In the bottom lane, we do have the classic Juggernaut plus broken hero that can kill anyone. The Puck, not necessarily a hero that is that easy to kill just because of that orb, but he just committed that spell, so you gotta be careful. He doesn't even bother learning the Inkswell because, whoa, tries to get the CS and he gets it. And in the middle lane, we already see the Pugna only 1 and 3 versus the 5 and 2. What? Wow, I was not expecting such a performance already. Like the Decrepify usually should give you an upper hand, but it looks like Afroninch played this very well, and SH is already getting super outplayed here, 6 and 2, and this is only going to get worse because the damage from the Shadow Fiend is out of control already. The raises start flying out. Maybe he started with the raise level 1. I did not check it, but since he has 10, no, he did start with the Necromancer. It would be impossible for him to have 10 if he started with the raises. So yeah, just impressive play by our boy Afroninch right there. In the top lane, we do see Dashak having a relatively good game, 7 and 1. Not as good as the Juggernaut, and that's because of the Anchor Smash from Jonas and Fam. They did nerf that spell, but still pretty good, even if the Quelling Blade looks like the Lifestealer is struggling a little bit. The Pugna recovering slightly, but still a commanding performance from the Shadow Fiend, and he already lost that small power spike in the beginning, where you can like outplay the Shadow Fiend for a couple of levels. The Shadow Fiend is already way ahead of him, or way ahead of where he should be. Okay. But SH is recovering nicely. In terms of win probability, looks like Gaben gives the slight advantage to Aken. Quepe just trying to contest this pool here, just dragging the creeps around so they get the better creep equilibrium instead of leaving them here. They will be able to meet the creep wave here, and thus the lane is going to be a little bit better for Aken. They try to draw. Oh no, the tomato! Oh, he gets that, but very nice pull there by Immersion. Make sure that the creep wave meets here instead of here. So already a lot of small little outplays happening in this lane. The bottom lane, we do see the FNG Sven trying to block. Oh, is he blocking the camp? I'm not really sure what he's doing here. Maybe he was blocking the camp. I was not watching him. Some right clicks flying out. In terms of CS, we do see 2 heroes. Like the top 4 has 2 heroes of each side, but a small advantage for Gambit. Looks like the Shadow Fiend and the Lifestealer actually surpassed the Pugna and the Juggernaut. That, oh, this Shadow Fiend is a little, not out of control, but he's getting there. Overall, looks like Quepe never had the chance to find Immersion. And you know, after he gets more levels, I think this is not going to happen anymore. The Rubik did learn Fate Bolt level 1, which maybe would give Quepe the chance to run him down with Battery Assault. But now that he has Telekinesis and Boots, so he is faster than the Clockwork, this is not going to happen. Unless the Clockwork gets these Boots pretty fast for now. Looks like that's not going to happen already. So, alright. In terms of CS, this Puck is doing very well. I wonder if he's going for that Midas build we've been seeing. For now, no First Blood, so the game is a little slow, but we might see some action. Where is the First Blood going to happen? Let me see if I can guess this. We have, I mean, Juggernaut plus Inkswell. I guess they might be able to kill the Sven. If I had to bet, the Sven would die bottom. Maybe the Pugna can kill the Shadow Fiend level 6, but I don't think that's going to happen, because, well, they're not level 6 just yet. And in this lane, I think that they can kill the Rubik. So I would be surprised if Gambit gets First Blood, unless it's like a 10-minute First Blood and the lane's already broke out. But maybe while they fight for the runes, we might see some extra action here. As Cream, being very aggressive, already has 1 point in each skill. And it looks like Old is doing a lot of damage, but he will make sure that Gambit finds the bounties there. And they already snatched some one here with the Lifestealer. So at the end of the day, this is going to be a very good bounty trade for Gambit. They're going to go 3 and 1. Alright, FNG back to this lane. And V-Tune doing a lot of damage to the Puck. Looks like he's going to be forced back. Jonas Van Fam, level 4. Slightly worse than the Puck, but very, very slightly worse. Okay. Middle lane. Pagna is now level 5, but he's very low on mana. Did buy bottle. Looks like oh boy, what? Oh, there you go. I said it was unlikely that Gambit would get first blood, but our boy Grimstroke gets outplayed, and it is FNG out of all heroes that find it. So this is a lot of extra gold for him. Looks like he's already bringing some items. What is it going to be? Oh, 3 wards and a smoke. What a selfless player right there. Looks like S-Cream is going to TP in the middle lane. They will have life drain. Oh, there you go. That's going to do the Decrepify. That is the kill that I was expecting. The Decrepify plus a rotation from the Clockwork. The battery sword is doing a lot of damage. The Rubik will be here lifting the Clockwork. A nice Stormhammer there. FNG finds the stun, and then Afonange gets the kill. So already 2-0 for Gambit. Little unexpected. And they also smoke. So it looks like they want to get that faster move speed to commit the Shrine, and then the Rubik and the Sven could rotate somewhere else if needed. It looks like the Sven is already rotating, but the smoke is going to break. I think they will. Oh, I'm not sure if Screen... Yeah, he does get vision. He pings it out, and now FNG cannot ward because it's way too obvious if he goes for the ward there. Healing Ward being committed. Looks like V-Tune taking a lot of harass, and we already see a pretty remarkable... I guess remarkable is not the right word, but there's an advantage there. Gambit, they have every single... Oh, he actually loses the Healing Ward, and now there's a rotation from that Sven. He knows he cannot get the Stormhammer out, and he's going to commit that Blade Fury, but just a lot of pressure. Looks like everyone on the side of Akin having a harder time farming. The Shock is level 6. Trades pretty well versus the Tidehunter, because even with the Anchor Smash, he's going to be dealing that percentage-based damage, and Tidehunter has a lot of strength, already has 42. Oh, B2. Very low HP. Do they have another Stormhammer? They will not find a kill on the Juggernaut. They're going to get a silence onto the FNG Sven, but that's about it. Oh my god. Dude, how didn't I notice... How didn't I notice that waiting for game was there? Oh well. And now I didn't notice the kill. Yeah, just report caster. Bottom lane. Looks like FNG will get a good Stormhammer with the orb flying out. A lot of damage mitigation with the raindrops here, but they're going to commit the coil as well. And maybe he can turn it around with the Inkswell. No, he can't. And the TP from Quepe is not going to be effective. So we already see a 4,000 gold advantage for Gambit. This is not what you want to see. TP here from the Juggernaut. But yeah, V2 is not even level 6. Oh, Stormhammer into the creep is going to hit on him. They're going to get the silence. And we already see a rotation. Another rotation. They actually cancel the TP, and Quepe trying to find a puck. Can he get it? No. The jaunt is going to be successful. And overall, Akin just getting outplayed in this early game here. Alpha Ninja already level 8. And he kind of gives away the vision, right, with that raise. I don't know about that, but he does break the clarity, I guess, from our boy Pagna. Uko try and commit the Nether Blast in the tower. Looks like the Shadow Fiend doesn't know if he should farm or just push the wave so that Pagna doesn't have the chance to do damage. V-Tune, be careful with that Healing Ward. Ode will be able to jaunt away, but there was a Quepe waiting for him, and they will get the Rocket Floor. With the right clicks, can they find this puck? The phase shift is not going to be enough, and Quepe finds... Right clicks, can they find this puck? The phase shift is not going to be enough, and Quepe finds that kill. So finally, a good kill for Akin, but the fact remains that this is a 4,000 gold advantage for Gambit already. The win probability doesn't reflect that, you know, the huge gold advantage early on, but, you know, it is starting to get a little scary. The Shock is already going Midas. Looks like the recipe is flying out in the courier at this moment. Okay. Ooh. I was reading chat to see if I was doing something wrong. Innocent Fem has Ravage, but this is one of the most unlikely kills possible. Tidehunter killing a level 8 Lifestealer that is full HP. They are rotating the Pugna, but I don't think they could find a kill. I think they would need like 5 heroes to burst. Oh, they're gonna find a Sven this time. They are running away with the Clockwork. Can they get the skill? One raise from Shadowfiend. Looks like the right click from Immersion actually finds Quepe. So, nice job right there. The Vlad's now completed on Tidehunter. Looks like he's going for the Soul Ring as well. Middle lane. Level 10 Afonange level at 10 minutes. This is worrisome. He's already going for that mechanism, and I mean, they are already lacking damage, right? We were already talking about how they cannot kill that Lifestealer. And once you can get the Dispel onto F1H, the Qualifier is not going to matter. The Gush is not going to matter. And it looks like SH is trying to posture for this tower here. Will bring F1H back to the lane. In the bottom lane, we do see that VTune has actually treads. So this is quite different from every single Juggernaut I've seen in the entire game. And I guess that's because he's afraid of the burst damage that Gambit has. He doesn't want to be bursted down with the silence. There is a dire scan. Nice hookshot onto Shadow Fiend. He does not have the mech just yet, but 11-6 charges. Can they get the Zuck? They will get back with the Ravage. Stolen Ravage from the Ruby. Can he actually commit the spell? He does have the mana. There you go. Stolen Ravage will hit on pretty much everyone. They're going to stun the Pug and they're going to kill the Tidehunter. And now it's Grimstroke trying to get out, but the coil is going to break it. That's a double kill for Gambit. They do find the Shadow Fiend, but at a hefty cost. Alright.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Max Shadow Fiend, yeah, the Greaves Shadow Fiend is now a staple in pretty much one of the few ways that people have been running Shadow Fiend in the past, the last days. Oh, stun on to VTune, middle lane. They're going to TP some heroes back. This tower is in deny range, but it looks like they won't be able to defend, or maybe they will. Oh boy, the disarm is there, but the Puck is going to be fine. The silence onto the Clockwork, preventing him from doing anything, but at the end of the day, it looks like they will be able to get the deny. Screen is already going for it. Guys, I'm gonna ask for 1 second here. I need to alt tab to look at one thing. Let me just double check one thing here. Okay, yeah, I think we're Gucci. Let's go back top lane. They are diving FNG. The Gush is going to be committed. Stormhammer onto 2 as he tries to disengage. There is Omnislash available, and FNG actually using this very cool spot to hide. At the same time, they will lose the Rubik here. The coil was committed. Can they find the FNG? Svenny is trying to TP out, and oh my god, he almost TPs out. It was pretty close, but they do get the kill. Suddenly, this is only a 2,000 gold advantage, and I'm quite surprised. Ode will be able to phase shift. Oh no, Quappe. Ooh. The hookshot's gonna miss. Bottom lane, the Lifestealer keeps on pushing. Looks like he is going for that Radiance. Already has 2.4k gold. Okay. I heard Sensei say that Grips is an item you should always get in Shadow Fiend anymore. Yeah, I don't think you should always go for it, but that's one of the few builds that Shadow Fiends have. Like, the hero is not that popular anyways. We're gonna get the silence onto FNG with that Battery Assault and the Stroke of Fate. That is 1 kill. And now they also find Immersion, and suddenly, Haken, they are actually pushing. But this game was looking a little green, but suddenly they're gonna group up. I'm still a little bit confused about this Threads Juggernaut, but I think it's about having extra strength in case they try and burst him down, because usually, you know, the phase boot drums is a tool that you can use to kill people. But here's the thing, the Puck, he's not gonna die because of their move speed. The Lifestealer can always rage and he's not gonna get hit by the Inkswell. And the Shadow Fiend is also a fast hero. They will find the Urn as well as the Battery Assault onto Alphonish. He's trying to break the cogs, but he's going to get hit by it as well as that Phantom Embrace slowing and silencing him down. They keep on chasing. Do they have the extra damage? The Max is going to be committed, but the Inkswell is going to be here, and with that second silence, they will fit to the Fate Bolts gets committed. They were gonna get a double Dream Coil and 2 kills on the side of Aiken, but this is 2 supports that actually find the mid hero, and they do kill that mid hero before they fall. So Alphonage is gonna tip him back, but I think this is actually on the favor of Aiken. Let's check it out. It looks like they do get more gold, so they are right, and they do get a lot of experience because they killed such a high level hero, whereas Gambit, they only killed these low level boys. Tidehunter does have Ravage once again. You gotta be careful with that Rubik. You want to be sure that he's gonna get stunned by the Ravage before he can steal it, so you can Anchor Smash before the spell comes out. FNG is hiding here. Has 1 ward, but there is a rotation from Gambit. They have the smoke on go, or the spell comes out. FNG is hiding here. Has 1 ward, but there is a rotation from Gambit. They have the smoke ongoing. No coil for this kill, but the Shadow Fiend is going to join them. It looks like they want to contest the bounty runes, but SH is already here. Can they get the orb? They don't have any sort of control. They're going to drop the Nether Ward, and it looks like with that in mind, Gambit is not going to pursue any extra fights. VTune, already level 9. Looks like the Mantra is going to be his next item. Screen's going to drop a sentry here, but there's a little Puck interested in fighting. The orb will fly out. Can they actually get the silence onto him? No. Grimstroke is going to get silent, and now they're going to get a 3-man coil. But if they're only going to disengage, then that coil is a waste. And it looks like it is indeed a waste. And the gold advantage suddenly becomes just 1k. The Lifestealer keeps on farming. He has gold for the relic. In fact, the courier might be going there in no time, but they are already pushing his next tier 2 tower. And it looks like when they group up, Gambit is actually quite scared. Afroninch is going for that. Greaves still needs about 600 gold. They're going to drop the healing ward. They do have the nether ward available. Let's see if Gambit can actually contest this or not. The Shadow Fiend is already going top. I'm not sure they're going to fight this, especially if the Radiance not being done on to that Shadow, onto that Lifestealer. They're going to commit the Gush onto the Sven. Is Puck going for a Blink Dagger? He already has one, so they will have the vehicle to go for kills. Old will go for that Crypt Cutty, and it looks like Aken, he had no intentions to push high ground anyways. Clap looking for the Shadow Fiend. They will have just a glimpse of vision. Can they find F1H? Oh, there you go. Can they cancel the TP? No, they cannot, and the Shadow Fiend will TP out. So Aken finally actually putting a lot of pressure into the map. Let me check the net worth right here just to see what's going on. Looks like the Lifestealer is way ahead of everyone. But the difference is that the Clockwork is way ahead of the support 4 on the side of Gambit. Radiance now gets completed. Oh, hello. The Blade Fury onto FNG. He thinks about the Shrine, but he's like, I'm not sure this is even worth it. Can they get... I mean, if they commit the Omni Slash for this kill, I'm not even sure if this is worth it, because now they might be able to fight Stolen. Venom Embrace are going to lift the Pugna. Can he take this out? No, so much damage to Radiance now. Finally comes through. They will get the Soulbind onto 2, but Quappe, he's already on this out. No, so much damage to Radiance now. Finally comes through. They will get the Soulbind onto 2, but Quappe, he's already almost dead. And there you go. The Raze is going to find that kill, and the Inkso is not going to save the Grimstroke. There is no Omni Slash for V2, and I think he's also dead. He doesn't have the face boots to disengage. They have the Blink Dagger onto the Puck, and there's going to be an open wounds eventually. The last right click from Old finds that kill, and suddenly 4,000 gold advantage back again. The Tidehunter was not there. Very interesting fight because he had Ravage, so I guess they abused the fact that they saw the Tidehunter TP and they were able to engage even after that kill. And you know, committing the Omni Slash for that Sven really hindered the ability that Aken had to take that fight. Is Scrap a Pudge Spammer? I believe so. Tidehunter keeps on farming. The Anchor Smash gets laid out. Open wounds on Chujan. Sefem is going to commit that Gush. Now, can he get out? The Rage is going to dispel that Anchor Smash, and the damage keeps on going through. He has a lot of points into that Kraken Shell, but eventually the Radiance will take this bad boy down, and he will perish to the Fate Bolt of Gambit. The OK from the Shock. Not really happy with the KS. Looks like they're going to find a ward here on the side of Gambit. Nice job by Stream. Looks like they're going to ping our boy Pugna. The Cupify is going to be laid out with the Nether Ward as well. FNG with the stun. They do have Greaves to disengage. They're trying to go for the Nether Ward, and it is the Shadow Fiend that claims it. Okay. So the Juggernaut is going for the Manta, the Dispel. Going to be pretty good versus the Puck. Versus the Lifestealer. FNG, let's check everyone's items actually. The Lifestealer going for the Manta. No surprises, they're going to infest the Puck as well as the Smoke, so maybe we shouldn't check the items, but the Greaves is now completed onto that Shadow Fiend, the Puck with the Blink going New Scepter. And this man doesn't really have much. There is one Clockwork with an Urn and a Force Staff. Juggernaut, already talked about him. Aetherlands Force Staff onto this guy. And the Tidehunter with the Phase Boots going for a Pipe. The Grimstroke has Tranquil Boots. So Gambit, they are looking for a play. One problem that they have is that they cannot really Roche. They don't have a Medallion, which means that, you know, they have to find these skills to actually propel them towards towers. And they did not find it, so okay, so this, yeah, they know this is an illusion. Jonathan Fan does not panic when he sees that bad boy. And it looks like the Rocket Flare will blow the gig. Gambit, they're going to be forced out. They lose a lot of time as this happens. V-Tune starts going back top. He wants to farm a little bit more. The Lifestealer is obviously way ahead of the Juggernaut in terms of net worth. But, oh, double damage. Can he actually Roche with this double damage? Tidehunter trying to keep it up below top. He wants to farm a little bit more. The Lifestealer is obviously way ahead of the Juggernaut in terms of net worth. But, double damage. Can they actually Roche with this double damage? Tidehunter trying to keep it up, but looks like the puck will steal the double damage. Very nice play there with the blink and the jaunt into his own orb. Bottom lane. The shock. Still going for the mantra, bringing the Yasha right now. Looks like the Roshan is not going to be attempted by any teams. Yeah, the game is a stalemate now. So what is the next power spike here on the side of Aken? They're not going for a blink dagger on the Tidehunter, so they don't really want to hunt the heroes on the side of Gambit. They just want to find this power spike first. Okay, so he gives up on the Force Staff, and now he is going Dagon. And the Juggernaut still going for that Mantis. So I'm not really, like, they don't really need anything, I think, to get kills. They're going to get the Phantom Embrace onto FNG. He does farm the Cogs, the Force Staff 4. They're going to steal Rocket Flare, and now they're going to lift the Clockwork. Can he disengage? No, with the Silence, there's not going to be any outplay. He had a Force Staff and the Magic one, but it looks like the stun duration was too much. He doesn't disengage. Still, though, they kill the Clockwork, one of the heroes that would be able to control the Roshan Pit, but they cannot Roshan. I think this is a draft issue that can actually prove to be disastrous to them. Like, we should check the win probability. This is a 6,000 goal lead, and this is about a 70% win chance, which, I mean, I don't know, seems slightly underwhelming to me. They will group up here for a push. Dashak already with that Radiance doing a lot of damage. They're going to TP some heroes. It is actually the Clockwork that shows up. But can they actually defend this? I don't think so. Alright. Gonna keep on going.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
SH did get that Dagon level 1. Pretty good at bursting down the Rubik. Pretty good at bursting down the puck. Keep on pushing here. Any more gets deployed. V-Tune. They will group up with most of their heroes, and I think that is another problem, right? Usually, if a team groups up like this, it is not unheard of for a team to try and sneak Roshan, but they can't. And in fact, they are trying to fight this. They're going to get the Silence onto the Pugna. He does not have a Force Staff. They're going to get a hookshot onto the Pugna, onto the puck, and now the Stormhammer will connect onto the Pugna. They're going to get a good soul bind in the double Dagon with the double Zuck, but it's not going to connect. It looks like they were too far away. They keep on chasing, and now the drums being popped. Can they actually TP out the Pugna? No, the Coil is going to stop that, and he will be taken out. So that is a Pugna for a tower. Not the end of the road, I think, but they did commit some spells. A Ravage still being held. In trouble here. Or maybe he's not. Oh, they're gonna lift the Juggernaut. Where is the Silence? There you go. There is no Mantra on the Juggernaut just yet. But it is actually getting ready. Stolen Zuck from the Rubik, but B-Tune will be able to walk it off. Now, the Manta gets completed. They're gonna get a good Stolen Rocket Flare. And the Ravage is not mobile enough to get any kills. The Immersion is already waiting. Spell still is on cooldown. The John is going to happen, and the Healing Ward will be taken out. Healing Ward and the Blade Fury out. Can they stop this? No, they can't, but they're going to lift the Tidehunter, and they are also going to kill the Grimstroke. Jonathan Pham looking for the Ravage. He does taunt it, but he's not going to commit it. There is one pipe onto him. He's going to get a good Dispel. Can they cancel this? Yes, they can. There's a new Scepter onto Ode, and now Jonathan Pham is forced to commit another Anchor Smash, but he is going to fall. And Gambit, they might be interested in Roshan. Let's see if they can stop this. There is no buyback on either the Tidehunter or the Grimstroke, and I think that they know exactly what's going on here. Kwape has Rocket Flare, but he's holding on to it for now. I wonder if he's even attempting to get vision here, or if they already know this is an impossible task. Alright. There you go. He goes to the side shop. The Rocket Flare does scout that Gambit is going for Roshan, but if you check the heroes on the side of Aken, they're all here. And this is actually dropping faster than I expected. Gambit, they do have FNG here to break any sort of engagement. Another Rocket Flare, and there is Hookshot available for the Clockwork. They're already in position to block it, and now the Silence onto the Clockwork. He does have a Force Staff if necessary. They're gonna get another Open Wounds onto Roshan, and now they're gonna lift the Clockwork. Can he actually get that Hookshot on? He's gonna Force Staff first. He's gonna dodge the coil, and now he's gonna be Force Staff out. Looks like someone actually Force Staff him, and they're going to get the kill onto the Clockwork with that double raise. Gambit, they will find Roshan. 9,000 gold advantage. Win probability does finally spike down. Alright. Pugna. Where's that? They do not have the damage. This Juggernaut has a Manta and drums. Like, this is not effective enough. They have Warcry, they have Greaves, they have Radiance, and they have Assault Cuirass in about a minute or two because of that Midas launcher. Oh, there you go. He's going to find himself a screen, and that is an easy kill for him. They're going to get a Stormhammer as the Clockwork uses the cogs to disengage with a Force Staff, but even still, he only connects the hookshot onto this Lifestealer, and it looks like this game is crumbling here for Aken. The tier 2 tower for Force Staff, but even still, he only connects the hookshot onto this Lifestealer, and it looks like this game is crumbling here for Aken. The tier 2 tower is going to be their next target. They still have that Radiance. The Rage even gets committed. No cares in the world. Gambit, it looks like they are going to get a pretty easy game 1, but we have to wait it out. They still need to get this high ground. They're gonna get the Decrepify onto the Pugna. I'm sorry, onto the Lifestealer, but the Manta quickly dispels that. The Glyph trying to buy time. They do have the Juggernaut split pushing the top lane as well as Ravage onto the Tidehunter, but this is such a hard fight. They're gonna steal what seems to be the Anchor Smash, and alright, they're gonna Force Staff. Oh, was this an aggressive Force Staff on the side? I'm not really sure what happened there. Who has a Force Staff here? What happened? Oh, that was an aggressive Force Staff from the Shadow Fiend, and now they're gonna get a good Omni Slash onto FNG. The Lifestealer does infest FNG to take some reduced damage. There you go, Stormhammer with the Ghost Storm being popped. They will find the kill onto the spend, but now Vitun, he will be open. Muna, the Manta there to disengage. Nice Ravage. Can they steal it? It looks like they did steal it, and there you go, stolen Ravage from our boy Immersion. This is so much damage. FNG with the dominating streak. They will find the Juggernaut. This game looks so over. They keep on chasing. Jonas of Fam also perishes. They do have 2 buybacks on the side. So over. They keep on chasing. Jonas of Fam also perishes. They do have 2 buybacks on the side of Aken, but this game is looking pretty over. Looks like they did steal it, and there you go, stolen Ravage from our boy Immersion. This is so much damage. FNG with the dominating streak. They will find the Juggernaut. This game looks so over. They keep on chasing. Jonas of Fam also perishes. They do have... Do you think Lifestealer is too OP this patch? I don't think so. I think people still need to figure out other ways to do it. Disengage double Force Step, actually. They do get that Force Step from the Rubik as well. Oh, no. DP is here. Can they actually get the Zuck onto FNG? The HP region from the Greaves is not enough, and now they are going to get the kill onto the Pugna. There is no Ravage onto the side hunter for 72 seconds. Stolen Inks well, so they can get that one going. Nice Stormhammer onto Genesis. He does get the Dispel, and the Shrine is allowing Aken to take this fight, at least for now. FNG is going to get stunned. A lot of damage coming through. Nice lift onto V2. No Omni Slash on side. They're going to find a kill onto the Grimstroke as well. V2 trying to run away, but this Lifestealer is out of control. They will... be able to deal with that Radiance damage for a while, but now it's sticking V2 once again, and the shock with that last blue finds the kill. This game, I think I've already said that a couple of times, this game looks pretty over. Nice Anchor Smash, but gets dispelled by the Rage, and they keep on going. Jonas of Family is not tanky enough for this. 77 seconds in the backlines. There's only a buyback onto the Grimstroke. There you go, the cogs is not enough. It will push them back. Buyback from the Shadow Fiend. GG flies out. FNG. Wait, what? What? FNG? What? Huh. I didn't saw anyone from Radiant saying GG, but maybe there were too many messages at the same time. Guys, I apologize. This was my first game of the day. I'm a little sleepy still, but hopefully it's going to get better as we move along. I'm your caster Bowie. If this is your first time watching me, consider following me on Twitch or subbing on YouTube because it really helps a lot. I'm trying to become a caster. And you're also going to know if I'm casting or not, which is good because I'm going to be casting the entire Dream League. The entire StarLadder minor. My voice is a little cracky. But yeah, I'll be right back. Enjoy the break because it's going to be a pretty short one. Be right back.
ban. Radiant team ban. Team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. We had a couple of hiccups in the first game. Hopefully, we're gonna do a little better. And yeah, Gambit Esports, they take it pretty fast. Honestly, was not expecting such a commanding performance by them, but it definitely happened. And now, Earthspirit and Shadowfiend being picked up on the side of Gambit once again, replaced. Because Sven is now on the side of Akin, and they actually give up on the Juggernaut, and I think rightfully so. The Juggernaut seemed very underwhelming in that game. I'm not counting those heroes, go for the Midas nonetheless, and keep having that huge impact. It looks like Akin will remove the Darkseer here. They don't want that Earth Spirit Darkseer combo to be relevant. What's with the first pick, Shadowfiend? I mean, they have a great Shadowfiend player, and Shadowfiend might be low-key good, you know? Not everyone is trying to play with the hero, but maybe if Miracle actually, plays some Shadowfiend games in the major and it's amazing, everyone's going to be picking the Shadowfiend. It's just that no big team ran the hero and made it look good. Like, it's like the CK and Chen and Kato, right? No one was picking Kato. No one was picking CK. Suddenly, everyone is doing that just because Secret qualified. And usually that's all it takes, you know? These tier 2 teams, they're all, and tier 3 teams, they're always trying to mimic what the tier 1 teams are doing. And even if Shadowfiend is good, if the tier 1 team still don't think he's good, or if they're not trying, or not showing that the hero is good, no one's gonna try. Gambit, though, they have this idea. They have a good Shadowfiend player. And it looks like for now, no one really was able to beat that. I mean, it's only a game. So let's see if Gambit can do it once again. Just get that quick 2-0. This will propel them so close from actually winning the entire thing. They will actually move the Juggernaut. So even though Akin, they don't first face the Jugger, they still feel like from actually winning the entire thing. They will actually move the Juggernaut. So even though Akin, they don't first face the Jugger, they still feel like, oh, and I like this actually. So are they going to be forced into a Lifestealer pick here? And is the Lifestealer pick? Pungu is pretty good, especially with Grimstroke. Yeah, that Inkswell with the Rolling Thunder is pretty impactful. Let's see what else they're gonna go for here. By the way, is there something wrong with like my voice or with the stream? Like, did it DC or anything? I have seriously less viewers than yesterday, but maybe that's because Beyond the Summit did add their stream to Gosu Gamer, so I guess that's probably why it is like this. Well, happens, right? Why supports Sven popular? It's just pretty active. You have a very low mana cost and low cooldown Stormhammer. You're pretty hard to bring down. You can build different items. You don't care. You don't have that many items. I guess that's pretty much it. And strength is good. Strength heroes are good in general. They're gonna pick an Ursa on the side of Gambit, so this gives them Roshan. I felt like in the last game, if they actually had a hero that could just Rosh, the game could have been even faster. But since they had a Lifestealer farming Radiance, it did took them a while. With this Ursa, things might change, but they also might fall behind because they're not going to have that item to keep them lucrative and keep them ahead in terms of net worth. So Akin, what is your response to this Ursa pick? Do you have any ideas here? The Spangler most likely... I think the Spangler is actually going to be Queppes. Usually, Queppe plays those weird Pango... No, Queppe plays those weird Pango... No, those weird support fours, and he did play Pango in one of the other games that we watched. So this means they're probably gonna go... Oh, so this means this is offlane Sven, maybe. Which also versus the Shadow Fiend, but I think he farms at an equal speed in the Shadow Fiend. Venomancer can actually farm that medium camp close to the middle lane. You also contest Roshan rather easily, and I think that is another point that needs to be addressed. The fact that they have an Ursa forces Aken to actually understand that Gambit could sneak a Roshan super easily. So the Venomancer pick might help them get the insight, get the vision to fight the Ursa before he finds it. Troll's gonna get removed on the side of Gambit. Aken, they are lacking Roshan. They lack a little bit of push as well, I want to say. In terms of team fight, I think they're pretty good. They have that Inkswell, Sven, and Pangolier. They have the Venomancer to build those team fight items. If this Pango is going to be supported, I don't think he's going to get a lot of gold, you know, for the Greaves and Crimson Guards that you usually see. He's probably going to max the Javelins, as we saw in another game. And now Aken, they need to ban another hero here. I think they are lacking an offlaner, right? This is already an Earth Spirit and Keeper of the Light. So what is the offlaner that they are afraid of here? Maybe a Batrider would be... Oh, so you think this is an offlane Ursa? Wow, or maybe not, but they're going to take the Lifestealer nonetheless. And they could have picked the Lifestealer to deal with the Will-O-Wisp. Instead, they ban it. So are they going to go for a PL here to handle that thing? I'm kind of curious here. What are the other heroes that deal well with the Kato besides the Juggernaut and the Lifestealer? There is one Dispel on the PL. I guess CK has a Dispel with Phantasm, but CK is not available, and the cooldown is way too prohibitive for anything. Ideally, you would like a hero that has a Disengage that is mobile enough to handle Warcry, so Ursa might have troubles bursting this Sven down. You also have that stun to lock him in place, and a lot of burst overall. You know, once this Sven has that Blink Dagger, he might be able to just explode a Kato before there's even an Will-O-Wisp. That's also true for the Earth Spirit. And Alina has a lot of attack range, might be able to handle the Will-O-Wisp. Okay, interesting decisions. I think I'm fine with this Sven. He's actually pretty tanky. Unlikely that Gambit can burst him down in the laning stage. They're gonna go with a Beastmaster in the offlane. So that's even more Roche, that's even more Vision, that's even more Roche. So on the side of Aken, we see a lot of good team fight and a decent amount of burst damage. Whereas on the Gambit side, we see a lot of Roshan potential, a lot of push, and decent wave clear actually. They have the Shadow Fiend, they have the Kato, they have the Earth Spirit. Once Earth Spirit is level 15, the lanes are already going to be super pushed in. This is indeed that Quappe Pangolier we talked about. Jonathan Pham playing the Venomancer and SH on the Lina. I'm your caster Bowie. Thank you very much for being here, and the game's about to start. So, do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any predictions here? This is actually a pretty cool hammer. Or actually, this is not a hammer. This is a staff. Yeah, I guess this is a staff. Anyways, let me just check the chat here, see what's going on. Gambit needs Nandy. Oh, not really sure. All right, so let's hope for the best game we can find here. I can see the esports, huh? Can they actually win this game versus Gambit, or will Gambit get a 2-0? Very high more games. Let's see what Dota Plus has to say about him. That's the trends. So he has a 58% win rate in Divine Games. What about the Lifestealer? Lifestealer also seems to be pretty strong in the moment. Lifestealer.
Prepare for battle.
About.
That was hot.
That is a 57% win rate. So both heroes with very high win rates. I'm not sure if we can say the same about Sven as a carry. But well, let's see if Aken actually has something in store for us that we might be not expecting. There's already an Ursa smoked up here. But that smoke might break and he needs to be careful. Looks like Aken doesn't have a smoke though, so it's unlikely that they're going to surprise that Ursa. not going for a level 1 Roche soon. Merchant gonna be spotted by V2, and they actually get a Stormhammer here. Can they get that Inkswell? They do have the row, so I think this is pretty unlikely, and the cost range on Inkswell is actually pretty low. Do you get more cost range? Yeah, you do actually get a lot of cost range. Sometimes it looks so big, but it's because at level 4 you get that 700 cost range, and usually Grimstrokes go for the Adrenals anyway, so you make that spell look pretty OP once you have the item. Quappe only has 1 ward, and that is usually what he does. He likes to go for that. Oh, they ping it out. The Coddle, FNG already scouting this perfectly. He was here in the high ground, and Quappe's ward gets scouted. Oh no. Wow, the Pangolier actually moves closer to you, which means he can get more attacks off and maybe more of those Javelin procs. That is looking pretty scary here already for Gambit. But you know, that's also something that sometimes it feels like Quappe, he's playing a little, and you know, I don't want to flame anyone on the side of Aken, but sometimes it just feels like Quappe is just playing better than everyone else in the team, and I'm not sure if that's because they prioritize him. I mean, after all, you are allowing a Pangolier to start with only 1 ward and giving him that early Javelin, so he is bound to seem stronger than everyone else. But, or if this actually hurts them at the end, right? Because, yeah, Quappe always looks pretty good in the games, but can they actually win Dota? Well, we're gonna figure out pretty shortly here. The Javelin already in the Pangolier. I want to see 1 Swashbuckle to see how much damage he can proc, and he actually has a lucky shot already. Blinding Light just so FNG can get 1 creep. And Jonas FN will get that range deny. Oh, TP out. Looks like the Earth Spirit is going mid here, has that level 2, so the kickback might be an option, and they have that triple raise. So the Lina needs to be careful. There's no angle for the row, at least for now, but the Lina actually dropping the items here with the mangoes. Oh, Lina. Looks like the Earth Spirit is going mid here, has that level 2, so the kickback might be an option, and they have that triple raise. So the Lina needs to be careful. There's no angle for the row, at least for now, but the Lina actually dropping the items here with the mangoes. Oh, Lina. You gotta be so careful. There you go. That's the row. Where is the kickback? No, the kick is forwarded. They don't need the kickback. The right click from Afonage, that double damage, allowing him to not only get the kill, but to farm uncontested here in this lane. V-Tune. Let's check the last hits and denies right here. Looks like in terms of last hits, he's doing pretty well. Oh, they're gonna get the stun onto the shock with that javelin. How this fares. The Venomaster has way more base damage than... I'm sorry, the Beastmaster has way more damage than the Venomaster, so... Oh, they're actually keeping Quappe here to get some experience. They really want to enable him as much as possible. After all, the Lina couldn't be there, and that's just a lane free of creeps and experience. But that Shadow Fiend is already 22 and 80. Lumina is going to be channeled. They will find Screen as well as V-Tune, but at least they're going to find the Potato. Nope, they do not find it. Pretty unfortunate. Oh my lord, looks like they're going to find another kill here. This Immersion Earth Spirit already 1-0 and 2. And I'm already missing every single kill on the map. I'm just going to follow the Earth Spirit. I think that's the easiest way to scout every single kill in the game. He's going for another smoke, looks like. I'm not sure how many they have left, but he is being as impactful as he can. Actually, considering what he wants to do, Dire Scan gets used. Elena will find an illusion room, but she doesn't have bottle because she died so much. Top lane, that's a dead Coddle. And that... Oh, another thing we did not talk about. The Swashbuckle works nicely with the Grimstroke Inkswell as well, because he can, not only he's dealing a shit ton of damage, but he's closing the gap to stun that enemy here. Immersion with the smoke egg right here. It is going to connect. Can they get the kickback? Yes, they can, but one of the races will not land, and the LSA actually locks him in place. Disarm onto Afonage, the slow. It looks like Quappe actually finds and saves the Lina here in the middle lane. Bottom lane. Beastmaster already level 4 in a little bit. Vlad's is on the way. Oh, top lane. There you go. The Shock trying to run away. Can they find that kill? That's a mid. Even an attempt. Oh, Immersion is going to take one of those Javelin procs. But he will have the raises again. He's going to get that Stroke of Fate. One raise. And it looks like Scran just tries to get as close as possible to Afonage, so there is no second raise. But there you go. Afonage is faster. He's going to get a third raise. And this is... Okay, Swashbuckle. Afonage, where is your Shield Crash? Oh, he procs the Javelin. And he's going to get that kill. Quappe playing so well here. 2-1 and 2. And Afonage actually tipping the Beastmaster there. V2 having a pretty good game. He is pretty much tied with the Shadow Fiend in terms of CS. Jonathan Fan being chased down. Looks like Gambit will find that Venomancer as well. And the Ursa goes bottom. So the Ursa, they're having a fun game. Pretty much tied with Jonathan Fan. But in terms of levels, you know, he's only a level 4 bear against his almost level 6 Sven. Ooh, wanted to get the CS there, but that catapult is rather tanky. Alright. Weapon will find himself an FNG. One proc, the silence is there. Procs that Javelin wants. Doesn't have the shield crash to keep on chasing, but maybe with another swashbuckle, maybe it's enough. Quepet drops one ward. Can he get that swashbuckle? Looks like the Kodo runs left, which makes sure Quepet cannot get the sniper. Maybe he can. The swashbuckle is here. No, he's not gonna try. Middle lane. Looks like the Shadow Fiend still dominating the lane, but a slow recover from the Lina, allowing her to get a little more net worth. They kick back onto Eskren. Can they get the double raise? 1 and 2. Half an inch. Snaps another one. 5, 1 and 0. Pretty good start already for him. The Shock. Level 4. He is going for that Midas, so... You know, we were talking about the fact that they wouldn't have the lifestealer to get the Midas, but it looks like Ursa can just as easily get the item and recover. We're gonna see a TP back from part of it, but it's actually the Grimstroke that gets it. We're gonna see a TP in the middle lane. Immersion has that boots and bracer. Half an inch. Going pretty well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And there you go. They keep on pushing here. Level 7 on Jonathan Fan already. Tower taking hits. We're rotating some heroes back. Pepe already level 6 with that Rolling Thunder, so that is pretty impactful already. Yeah, they ping him out. They know he's level 6. Oh, the silence on to Immersion. The Stroke of Fate as well, but they don't really have the gap close. But with Quepet, they might have it. As long as they can get that Inkswell Rolling Thunder, I think this might be very scary. The tower in the bottom lane falls. Looks like that's a rotation from V-Tone. They were struggling to get this tower because of the Illuminate, so the Sven does rotate, and there you go. The row on to the Lina. But what about this row? They are chasing, whereas the Inkswell looks like they don't even commit it. I think you cannot commit it because he is into that Rolling Thunder form. They're going to get the Disarm onto the Earth Spirit. Where's the Swashbuckle? There you go. Nice kill for Quepet. So 9 and 7 in terms of win probability. Dead even. In the top lane, we do see the Shock and the Beastmaster doing the same thing that the Sven did. And that is another tower. There is level 6 on the Ursa, so ideally they could go for Roche. But they already have a ward here to scout things out, and no wards on the side of Akin. So yeah, they could Roche if they want to. V2 just pops that Godstone to keep his towers. There is one catapult here, so it looks like SH is trying to contest him, but he's a little scared. He doesn't have that many items, doesn't have upgraded boots. The Quepet trying to look for him. The Swashbuckle does connect, and now the Rolling Thunder looking for him. The Primal Roar will spawn this little ball, but he can keep on going. Let's see if he's gonna find our boy Ode. He's trying to hold into the trees. They're not going to find him for now, but he has 4 TPs. But yeah, no one on the side of Akin actually gets vision. We're gonna get that Hawk. And there you go. Mid lane. V-Tune already level 9. Looks like he's bringing himself... I think there's a Yasha here. Yeah, there is a Yasha here. And there's also a Midas. Who is going Midas? Is the Lina going Midas? No, I think that's the Venomancer. Top lane are going to get the Lagunar Blade. They do find the Beastmaster, but it's also a kill for the Shock, and he was the one that got it first. There you go.
Radiant's top tower is under
So Roshan is up, but the Ursa... It's not there. Yours is actually just chilling top. Alright, the V-Tune just pops that Mask of Madness. Having a pretty good game right here. So let's check everyone's items here. Looks like the Keeper of the Light. Is this a 4-step? No, this is not a 4-step. The Beastmaster has Vlad's going Blink Dagger. The Shadow Fiend is going for the same Greaves build. And after all, they do have a lot of physical damage on the side of Akin. The Sven is all physical damage. The Pangolier has a decent amount of it. The Lina as well. The Earth Spirit with the Orb of Wind Embracer. Smoking coming on the side of Gambit. If they can find an important kill, that's a quick... Dreamstroke was the one that did it. Speaking of combinations here with this Soulbind, they do have the Stormhammer And they also have the Lagoon Blade, so it would be nice to see that double Lagoon Blade flying out. Sven did get the Yasha, also pretty close to that Sanjan Yasha, and the game is a little slow now, which means that Aken actually gets the win probability a little towards their side. Yeah, the Ursa has a Midas, but I don't think the Ursa scales nearly as much as a Lifestealer. I mean, unless he goes for that weird Radiance Chivas Guard build that someone from Vega 1 year ago actually invented. You know, you just kite everyone. It was usually used to handle illusion heroes, but I don't think it would be bad against this Sven. Not only you're getting mischance, you're getting attack move speed low, so you know it would be fine. And I guess with a Midas, the Ursa might have enough GPM to get those items. Bottom lane looks like they're going to. The Beastmaster gets solo killed by the Pangolier? No, I think SH actually helped. And SH is going for that Usurper. He had a pretty rough game, but he's already recovering. Has the Voice Stone right here. Already has one of the components. Actually has two of the components. Technically. War is going to be placed down by Immersion. They are trying to push the middle lane right here. The tower is relatively healthy on both sides actually, but they are grouping up. Aken, Gambit got 2, and Aken got 2. Now Roshan, once again, being scouted out by Aken. They want to be sure. Can they get that row? They already got that Poison Nova. They are looking for it, but the Primal onto Pangolier. Where is the raise? There you go. They're going to find one, but the Stormhammer onto Immersion. Looks like V2 will find that kill, but the Requiem of Souls as well as the right clicks from the Ursa make sure that this is a 1 for 2, and they're going to lose one of their highest net worth heroes for an Earth Spirit, which doesn't look that good. Ursa has the potential to go Roche, but I think they need a hero that will tank it, and for now, they do not have that. Oh, but maybe with the Beastmaster. Huh. Looks like the Ursa has no intentions of Roshing. I think that's quite fascinating. I think this would be so fast for them. Oh no, the Venomaster is alive and very close to the Roshan pit, so maybe that's why they're not forcing. I do like this force step here. It will allow them to start kiting the Ursa a little bit more, weapon with the Swashbuckle there, just zoning him away. And you know what I really like as well from Queppa's build? If we check his Pangolier, you can see that he's actually maxing Lucky Shot. Usually, you always see the Shield Crash being maxed, not only because it is a lot of wave clear, but because it reduces the cooldown and your reduction per hero. But as long as he can get that Lucky Shot onto the Ursa and, you know, disarm him for 4 or 5 seconds, or even silence him so he cannot get the Enrage, this game could be so bad for him. He's going for the Basher here, but maybe that lack of BKB could become a huge problem as long as the Pangolier is constantly hitting those swashbuckles onto him. They are trying to push here. They do have the Beastmaster with the increased attack speed, but I don't think it actually gets... Oh, it actually gets into the capital, so it's pretty good. The Aura having a pretty big range right here. Slow push this, but the tower is still very, very healthy, and they will lose a tier 2 tower for free. Okay. Elena in position. Do they have vision on the side of Radiant that this is happening? Doesn't seem so. They do have that cast range talent onto Luna. You place this high ground ward, trying to find these two pesky heroes just hiding. Stroke of Fate could be used, but nope. Oh, where's that Inkswell? Looks like they're gonna get the Silence. No, the Silence is not fast enough. They're gonna get a Primal Roar onto him, and that is one kill. The Silence onto him. Can he pop that Godstone? He actually pops the Mask of Madness. The row is going to be... Oh my lord, they do not stop that Beastmaster. They will get the Rolling Thunder onto the Sven. Onto the Earth Spirit, and that is a kill for the Sven, but very unfortunate that they were not able to stop this Beastmaster, because he's definitely the more important kill. They will take this ward down, and it looks like we have a pause. Alright. There we go, we're back. Mid lane, FNG has one Bracer, so... Oh, is this the first? Ah, so FNG, he's playing a very selfless Kato, you know, the other Katos we saw, they were just, you know, playing to try and get a Force and Glimmers, or that Refresher, but he only has Tranquil Boots and Bracer. He's just trying to deep push waves, doesn't have that much gold, he's buying all the items, it looks like. And now we do see a rotation here from Aken, our bot team, trying to get some vision up. He Looks like Immersion might just got a glimpse of him, but no, doesn't look like that's the case.
Dire are scanning.
Double Javelin already onto the Pangolier, and now he's going for that Blink Dagger. This Pangolier is having such a good game, way more farm than every other support in the game, but that also engage, whereas the Inkswell, they will find a stun onto the Storm Hammer. Glossworm gets popped, and that is the first life already. And they get a good... Oh, they actually can maybe expected so much, since you have the... is going to be super impactful every time. You also have that level 20. I think this might be super good. They are looking for our ball. Oh no. Okay. The Blink Dagger onto the Shock, and the Hawk was able to give him vision for that play. They do have don't really have any wards, but maybe if he can find a row, they can keep on pushing, and they do glyph the tower as Aken tries to go for a similar play to trade towers, but there's already a TP from the Ursa. They do not know about this. The Shock, oh, they will scout him, slowing him down, but the row from the Ursa, but actually finds the Venomancer. They're gonna kick him back. Can Jonas defend this? Blinding Light will lock him in. It looks like he does engage. The Hurricane Pike is there, but the Primal Roar and the get that Poison Nova out, but then power being up on the side of Gavel, allowing SH to disengage. I really like the Boots of Travel build, not only because there's too much Glab Close. She doesn't want to be hunting for people. She wants to be pushing the waves and making sure that eventually they can actually fight once that Aghanim Scepter is up. And it looks like B2 did